You can run toward gunfire and still struggle to walk into your own living room.
You can lead under pressure and not know how to talk to your family.
We've lived that tension.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a retired Army veteran, a law enforcement chaplain, a mental health professional, an assistant team leader in a hostage and crisis negotiation team, a husband, and most importantly, a father.
And I'm Sarah. I'm the wife and mom who holds the line.
We've seen what trauma does, what silence costs, and what faith can rebuild.
We're here to talk to you about the part that nobody trains you for.
Welcome to After the Call.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Call.
Yeah, week 3.
Week
Is
3.
It week 3?
It is week 3.
Okay.
Even though last week we had to record twice.
We did.
But we've tested. We have a new laptop. We've
The
made some
microphone's in the
adjustments.
right place. We're learning.
We're learning. We learned that new MacBooks don't have USB ports.
Yes.
Which was kind of a shock. So literally, I had bought a adapter a long time ago, never used it, was sitting in my sock drawer, went and got it, plugged it in so we could have the microphone, the camera. It made me actually use Wi-Fi to connect to my printer, keyboard, and mouse.
All of the things.
Yep.
All of the things.
Yep.
Do you want to go first?
I'll let you go first. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every first responder relationship, whether you've been married 6 months, together for 16 years, or maybe you're just trying to figure out how to survive this lifestyle together.
Yep, that's right. We're talking about communication, not just surface level communication, but we're going to get into the weeds.
Into the weeds. And don't you think it's ironic that when every time we have a subject that we're going to talk about, last week it was anger. So everything up prior to us recording had us angry. And then today with the computer issues and all the stuff we had to get done and taking Tyler to get some new paint and do all things, all required healthy communication in the middle of a stressful situation.
It did. But why do we have to
handled
get more paint?
Oh, because it didn't cover.
It didn't. So Lowe's has a great
return policy. Yeah, if you buy paint from Lowe's and it doesn't cover in one coat, you can get another thing of paint to finish up. So we will be painting. It stinks that we have to do it again, but it didn't cost us anything. So
that's true.
Nice.
This episode is called The Lifeline Between You, Why Communication is Critical in a First Responder Relationship.
Because if you're a first responder, communication isn't just a relationship skill. Sorry, my words are hard today, guys. It isn't just a relationship skill. It's a survival skill for your relationship and your marriage.
It is. So today we're going to go deep. We're going to talk about the emotional shutdown, conflict, the T word, trauma, faith, sex, trust, exhaustion, which plays a huge part, and what it really takes to stay connected after the call.
So whether you're the one wearing the uniform or the one loving the one who does, this episode is for you. So let's get into it.
So let's start here first. First responder relationships are not normal relationships. They don't live under normal stress.
What?
Yeah.
No. But that doesn't mean they're doomed. It means they need intentional care.
Yep. So when you're dealing with shift work, missed holidays, no sleep, interrupted sleep, constantly alert, trauma exposed, emotional whiplash of going through chaotic situations, from home to life in a matter of minutes.
A lot of couples think that the main threat is the danger of the job, but a lot of times the real threat at home isn't the call itself. It's whatever gets talked about after it. So
that, I gotta say the R word.
You do.
Resentments.
Oh.
That is where resentments start. That's where misunderstanding grows, and that's where loneliness sets in, which leads down to a topic we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks that we are not looking forward to, but
we've been there.
We've been there, and we're going to talk about it. And yes, the all familiar A word,
Fair.
affair, but not just emotional affairs, but physical affairs.
And how to get
Because,
through it.
yeah,
So let's get back to this though, because Lord knows we want to wait as long as we can till we have to get into that A word. I'd much rather talk about communication, even though I don't want to talk about that either. So you're welcome. Welcome, everyone. When communication goes missing, both people start telling themselves stories,
they don't get me.
and the spouse says they don't want me.
Right. And both can be hurt in the exact same time without even knowing how to react to the other. Because I think we said it last week, our sharpest weapon is our tongue.
Mhm.
A tongue causes more damage than physical wounds ever cause.
I will say from personal experience, it's funny that we have an experience that just happened not even 2 hours ago. Um, John was dealing with the stress of the computer, which we all know when things are out of our control and going crazy. He thought he lost his entire business profile on his computer. Um, I didn't know how to help. And you could tell the tension was happening. We weren't really communicating very well. And John stopped the conversation by saying two things. You said, "You're my best friend, and I just need to vent. I'm not angry with you. I just need someone to vent to." And it completely changed the temperature and atmosphere in the room because I no longer felt attacked and I no longer felt like it was my fault. I just felt like he was dealing with a difficult situation. And rather than being angry, it made me think of how can I help rather than how can I react.
Right. And we left out one thing in there. It was in the middle of seeing clients.
Yes.
So literally, I was trying to set the new computer up so we could record today and see clients, get that going, do that, deal with some other stuff that's happening, and get all that stuff. And then I literally panic set in because I thought I lost all of my reports to send, all of my stuff that I have to send to T. Cole, all of my interrogation stuff, all of the stuff that's taken me the
Years.
last 2 years, 3 years that we've been in business
Yeah.
to create.
And it was just a blank screen.
Yeah. And it
So, I
just,
mean, honestly, and I knew it had nothing to do with me when he started. Um, it wasn't anything that I had done, but my wanting to help stop the situation and stop him from having to be stressed and stop the hurting and all the things. It was turning into what could have been the perfect storm before a podcast about communication.
yeah.
That I really appreciated
And the funny part,
knowing he needed to vent.
the funny part of it
Is
is
there a funny part?
there is a funny part. All of Sarah's stuff somehow ended up on my computer.
So my stuff is fine.
I have no clue how it happened. Not computer smart, not computer literate, have no idea. I actually panicked for a minute and thought about calling my little brother and saying, "Hey, can you help me with this?" But then I remembered he didn't know anything about Macs. He's a PC guy. So I really would have been in trouble. So
Macs and PCs have bad communication.
yes, they do. They do not get along. So what was it? Steve Jobs and
I don't even know.
the whack job guy from Microsoft.
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
All
right. So when we're not just talking about how to talk more. Oh my gosh, why I'm having like the worst word problems on a communication where I have to talk about talking. Goodness gracious. Okay. We're talking about how to stay emotionally alive together. Communication is the bridge between two very different lived realities. So it could be your husband or your wife out doing their job in the field. And then it can be your job here at home trying to run a house, two very different lives, but equally important, slamming together into the perfect storm.
And silence feels safe in the moment, but costs connection over time.
I agree with that.
100%.
I completely agree with that. When you get silent, you think that you're saving the other person from your stress. Like you say to yourself, "Oh, well, they're too stressed out. I'm not going to talk about A, B, or C." And then you're stressed and you go off into your own little box by yourself. And I think that can just
or
pull two
you
people apart.
Yeah, or the stress is so much, but it's so quiet that you drop a pin
Yes.
and it echoes through the entire
That's
house.
the worst. You know, I hate awkward silences.
Yeah.
I always want to talk through them, which is crazy.
But love without communication eventually feels like distance.
Mhm.
So an occasional, hey, I love you. I know things have been stressed out.
You know,
Or, and, some people, and we have to talk about, you fall back on the 5 love languages. Physical touch is not everybody's forte.
it's not.
No,
It's
it is not.
mine.
It's not.
Is it not yours, John?
No, physical touch is
What?
not my, well, if it's just the tip, it is just that. But since it's
Just a
not,
little bit.
just a little bit.
But you don't want a full blown snuggle session.
No, no. Time out. Nope. I'll give you a hug. I'll pat you on the back. I'll love you. Tell you that. I'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah.
I'll pat you on the butt,
Yeah.
which I love to do.
You're the kind of guy that waits and asks if this hug is over yet. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have a wife who speaks physical touch, John, how do you communicate with that? Good job. Oh my God.
For those of you listening on Spotify, iHeart,
and you can't see us, which is my
iTunes.
favorite, not being able to see us. I hate the
iTunes.
video. No offense, YouTube people.
or Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm touching her and I'm squinting. But many first responder couples are functioning well, extremely while disconnecting intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not where you want to be.
Mm.
You don't want to be, because that leads to problems. That leads to, I have to throw it, and I'm not picking on my dispatchers, but deputy coming in, hey, what's up, new girl? Just, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 bada bing, bada boom.
Leads to communication with someone other,
Or
other than your
paramedics going
spouse.
into the ER, start talking to a nurse, whatnot. And then next thing you know,
Shared stories become shared traumas, and then shared everything becomes not
Yep.
okay.
So a lot of couples become excellent at operations. Bills get paid, kids get to school, meals are made, shifts get covered, but emotionally, spiritually, intimacy wise, they are starving.
And in starvation in a marriage rarely happens all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, one missed conversation at a time.
Yep. And one of the hardest realities of first responder marriage is this: you can be deeply committed to each other and still feel like you live two completely separate worlds. And we have a lot of friends that have done that, they spent 30 years together, or, they spent 19 years together. And as soon as the kids got out of the house, boom, them divorce papers were filed. They had that lawyer on speed dial. They were like, Melinda Owens, can you help me? I need to get us married right now. Poof, gone.
Well, and I also think, like, in our marriage, when you're in the thick of it, like I know a lot of our friends are, where you're running kids to soccer practice and softball and baseball and all the things. I remember when we had all 4 of our girls at home, we felt like we literally high-fived each other in the hallway and was like, good to see you, bro. And life was functioning well. The bills were paid. The kids were getting where they needed to go. Homework was being done. But as far as John and I sitting down and having a conversation about what was going on, it was not, yeah, exactly.
It was non-existent. It was non-existent.
We were 2 roommates living in the same house functioning, because there were more kids than there were of us. There was 4 of them and 2 of us, and something had to give.
What's funny is, now looking back on it, our 2 oldest daughters have both made a Spotify playlist, and they're completely different.
Yeah.
Mine is gangster rap music from when I would take them to softball practice or soccer practice or whatever. And Sarah's
and
is
mine
like,
is called It's 2000 something, and my mom is doing the dishes. And shout out to Mackenzie. That girl, your kids are way more intuitive than we give them credit for.
Oh, yeah,
Because Mackenzie
100%.
knew what was going on.
So, both people are tired. Both people are carrying weight, but because the weight looks different, each one of them minimizes the other ones, which again leads down that road.
Yes.
Going down that way.
That's where communication becomes essential, not to compare your suffering, but to understand each other's reality. So this is not the time where you one up each other. This is not the time where you walk in the door and say, I've had a really bad call, A, B, C, D. Well, I don't know about that, but little Johnny and Susie were fighting all day, and I think that's way worse. Well, let me tell you, there was a fire and a crash and a thing. It's not the time to one up each other when it comes to communication.
In trauma counseling, we call it a dick measuring contest. Yes, a husband and a wife can get into a dick measuring contest of who is facing what. Don't blame me, blame psychology.
Go right ahead.
But
That's the actual
actual term that is in the DS5, a dick measuring contest.
Moving on.
If it's not, it will be in the DS6 when I rewrite it.
Moving on.
But it's one of those things that each spouse tries to compare
and one up each other.
And it doesn't work. We've been there. We've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I've come back from being in the field or been out on a 12-hour patrol or call or whatnot and come home and, oh, well, do you know what the dogs did today? Or do you know what this did? And I'm like, well, do you know what I just dealt with? I really don't want to deal with that too.
Yeah. We're really famous for when one of us gets a break and is not in the house. Mm-hmm. For some reason, we have to like trauma dump on the other one about what's going on at home. I don't recommend that. Yeah. I don't recommend that. We're like pros at it, and we should probably like take our own advice and listen to our own episode.
Okay, so here we go. Deep. See, now I'm having trouble with words.
I know.
Ideas. First responder world. Trauma, dark humor, emotional suppression, control, vigilance. Home world. Oh, you want to do home world? I'll let you do home world. I
think you should probably let me do home world.
Okay.
Home world is unpredictability, emotional loneliness, solo parenting, fear, and waiting.
That's right. And yes, so you guys know, we are reading this off paper because we wrote down our ideas because we didn't want to sit here and go, I don't know what you talk about today.
Feast. What's going to be in there?
What? We're being honest with them.
Words are obviously hard, and it's hilarious. We're like, listen to us, family and friends.
Yeah.
And about communication. Here, we can't even get the words out. So sometimes that happens.
The phrase, you wouldn't understand.
Yep. And that can create separation. And the phrase, you never talk to me.
Oof.
Sounds like an accusation.
That's a big time accusation.
Yeah.
Empathy is built through
explanation.
That's right.
Not assumption.
Mm-hmm. So we, and you can't just say, oh, well, cops know how to de-escalate. Firemen know how to de-escalate too. Paramedics know how to de-escalate. First responders in general know how to de-escalate.
But I think
until you hit the door.
Yes.
And when you hit the door, I forgot how to be a hostage negotiator.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a hostage negotiation. It would be a crisis negotiation.
I would hope it's not a hostage negotiation.
Somebody bring me the throw phone. Quick. Throwing it in.
Oh, goodness. The truth is your spouse may never fully know what it's like to work your job. And the first responder may never fully know what it feels like to wait, wonder, and carry the weight at home.
But understanding doesn't require
identical experiences.
Yeah, identical experiences. It requires openness, humility. Yeah, and the conversation
with words.
Right. And you don't need to live the same reality to build the same team. Because here's the thing. There is no I in team, and you have to have different people to do specialty tasks.
Right.
Not everybody can be a breacher. Not everybody can be the talker. Not everybody can be the machine gunner. Not everybody can be, whatever it is that you're working on. But you have to have those people that are doing that stuff
and specialize in their stuff.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about one of the biggest barriers to communication.
Shut down.
A lot of first responders are not bad communicators because they don't care. They struggle because they've been trained, conditioned, and sometimes wounded into emotional silence. Yeah, there he goes. On the job, you learn very quickly that emotion can interfere with execution. You have to focus, you have to compartmentalize, and you have to push through. And that skill may save lives at work, but
If you, I know where it is. It's funny how you pointed to the intimacy part.
I know.
But if you bring that same posture home every day, it starts killing the intimacy in your relationship.
Compartmentalization helps on scene, hurts at home when it's overused.
So some deep talking points. Compartmentalize helps on a scene. Emotional numbness can become automatic. Many first responders don't have language for what they feel.
And like we talked about last week, anger is often the only emotion that feels safe to express. Irritability is often grief, stress, fear, exhaustion, or trauma wearing a mask. Ooh, that's good.
But a trend that we didn't put in here that seems to be a popular one is for some reason to punch a wall. Please remember that if you get so mad that you need to punch a wall, that there is a 2x4 behind the drywall that you may stupidly hit and break your hand in multiple places.
Are you telling people to go punch a wall?
I'm telling them not to punch a wall. And if they get the urge to punch a wall, there is a good possibility that they could break their hand.
So they probably shouldn't do it.
They probably shouldn't do it. So, inability is often grief, stress, fear, exhaustion, or trauma wearing a mask. Emotional shutdown is often self-protection, not rejection. A lot of men and women in the field, and it's not just men and it's not just women, it's both of us in the field, don't know how to answer the question, what are you feeling today?
You hate it when I ask that question.
I ask every person that walks through the door of the counseling.
I know.
So tell me how you're doing today.
I know. But those who can't
Teach?
deal, counsel.
Wow, really? Wow. Okay.
I will say a lot of your cases have brought a lot of things to light in our own. So I think that, that's pretty amazing. I don't think that we say, I don't know, because we don't know. I think it's because I don't think it's because we're hiding something. I think it's sometimes because we genuinely don't know.
They know that they're tired. They know that they're agitated. They know something feels heavy, but they haven't slowed down enough to name it.
And that's important for spouses to hear. Silence doesn't always mean that your husband or wife is choosing distance. Sometimes they've lost access to their own emotional world.
I think one of the greatest scenes, and I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people that suffer from PTSD or trauma have said the only part of American Sniper that they got was the part where Bradley Cooper is sitting in the living room. Kids are playing all around him, and he's staring at a blank TV screen. To me, that feels like I'm going to the nothing box where I'm focused on what's going on. I'm just trying to clear my mind to bring me back to reality.
So we've talked a lot about what communication, the damage that poor communication can do, the things that that we can do to each other, as far as like not communicating with each other. Is there any practical things that we can bring to the table? Because I think that's important. I mean, yes, we all know that unhealthy communication can destroy your marriage, but how can we begin to build good communication?
Start by checking your ego at the door.
That's a good one.
That, in all honesty, that's what it is.
That's a good one.
We've talked about leaving your stuff in your locker at work or leaving it in your car. The problem is that when we do that, we sometimes forget to do that. And we get out of the car and we start walking to the front door and things are just heavy. And we're not utilizing our 3 a.m. buddy or our 3 p.m. buddy or, whatnot. We're not utilizing those people that are there that we can talk to and say, man, I'm really struggling today. I don't know how to get from A to B to C to D to E. You know, I started in one part of the county and I ended up in the other part of the county. And then I went south of the county and then I was north of the county. Then I was back east and I was back west. And then I was here, I was there, I was there. And they're lost of what, and they can't process what they have dealt with.
Mhm.
Or they have a traumatic call come in. And then I always ask afterwards, the next question is, tell me about your next call after that call.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they can't recall what the next call is because
Their mind is
their
stuck
mind
in
is
the
still
other.
focused on that other call. So when they leave, they're that. Or if it's an officer involved shooting, the first thing I say to them when I get on scene is, are you okay?
Mhm.
All right, now I need you to go call your family. I need
Mhm.
you to tell your family you're okay.
Mhm.
Because what's going to happen is some jackass constable is going to come out and take a picture and he's going to blast it all over social media because he's a useless piece of shit. And he's going to take this picture and he's going to blast it all over the place instead of
The family finding out first.
the family finding out. Or they do the same thing. They take a picture of an accident. I go to knock on the door and tell the
Right.
family, hey, I'm sorry, your daughter was just killed in an accident in front of the hospital.
Right. And they,
And they're like, oh, I saw it on Facebook.
yeah.
Some dumbass constable posted it. So,
I think that is important that they talk to their family. Do you think that when a first responder comes home and he is, the kids are all over him and the wife is telling you about the day, do you think that his mind is sometimes focused on whatever last call he had just had
mhm,
before he left the
yep. And I think, too, that part of that needs to be when you come home, you may need to take a few minutes to clear your mind.
Mhm.
Your kid, especially your kids, don't know what you've been through
Yeah.
for the day.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of them, hey, when you get home, hug your kids.
You tell people to hug even though you
I tell
hate
I
hugs?
tell a lot of my deputies and a lot of my officers and fire, hey, when you get home, especially if it's been a call with a kid,
Mhm.
hey, when you get home, hug your kids.
Mhm.
Give them a hug. Let them know that you love them.
'Cause this probably works with grounding to help bring them back
It
to
does.
yeah.
And it's 100% a grounding technique.
Yeah.
And core marks of healthy communication, honesty without cruelty,
Mhm.
listening without interrupting, um,
Curiosity instead of assumption.
right,
Consistency instead of emotional absenteeism.
repair after conflict, emotional safety, and follow through. I think the biggest one on that list is the follow through.
Yeah.
Because as you go through and you're dealing with stuff, taking that time to follow back through and say, hey, you know what? I just want to say I'm sorry. I know I came home. Things were heavy. I just want to say I love you.
Mhm.
You know, hey, let's pop some popcorn and watch a movie.
Mhm.
Or hey, let's climb into bed and, just lay there.
Mhm. And I know that's happened in our house. I mean, it happens in the field with first responders, but I think it happens at home here with our chaplain.
Mhm.
With you, you can be sitting in your office and have a really heavy conversation. And I've had you just come into the bathroom and just say, "Can you stand up? I just need a hug," because it's
Yeah.
brought back some kind of trauma or memory from even your
Yeah.
past.
Yeah. And that's the thing, no matter how, and here's the thing, I'm going to let a trade secret out real quick.
You are.
Therapists have therapists.
Mhm.
And if they don't, they're a moron.
Yeah.
We all need somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, every one of us needs somebody to talk to because there's going to be those times, no matter how much you've dealt with stuff, no matter how much you've processed stuff, no matter how much you've prayed about stuff, no matter how much you've confessed, stuff is still going to come up. And that's okay.
Yeah. Something will remind you of something else.
Something to remind you. My business partner and I love him to death. His name is Dr. Ward. If I'm struggling with something or I've had a bad call, I'll call him.
Mhm.
Hey, here's what happened today. This is what's going on.
Mhm.
Um, things happen sometimes.
Mhm.
Healthy communication sounds like, hey, I had a really rough shift and I'm not ready to unpack it yet, but I don't want to shut you out.
Mhm. Or, "I know you're tired, but I felt alone lately, and I need us to talk tonight." I think that this would be a good in a lot of our marriage conferences that we've taught at. And we do everybody's favorite thing because I think sometimes we're talking about these healthy communication points. So back to like the one that you said, I've had a rough shift and I'm not ready to unpack it yet, but I don't want to shut you out. I think if we take that part of our uh communication right now and we unpack it using knee to knee, because I think sometimes we're going to have some spouse teams or relationship teams where you could say that in all the right words, and that is not what I just heard you say.
Right.
So I thought,
And
so
with that, but there's another part to that too that I wanted to touch on really quick.
mhm,
Uh, I'm not ready to unpack it does not mean go to the liquor cabinet and
right,
bust out the bottle of
right.
Weller's. Because I did get made fun of last week because I said Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay.
How could you drink Jack Daniels? I like Jack Daniels, but I like Weller's too,
But
or
go
one of
back
those,
to what you're saying.
or Crown Royal, or get a beer out of the fridge. That's not the time to do it. If
No.
you've had a rough day, you've had a rough call, do not compact it with alcohol. Do not compact it with, something else.
Yeah, don't add that to the
Don't
issue.
add it to the mix. So, as your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend or, whoever may have heard something else,
Hmm.
this technique that we're going to teach you right now is a great technique. And you don't have to be sitting to do it. You can be standing
Hmm.
and just
But you
literally,
need to face each other. That's what
but
the important
literally
thing.
you need to face each other.
So we're going to do that.
So I'm going to come off camera.
No, you're not. You can't do that. Are you really off camera? Okay. Don't, guys,
I was for a second when I went
guys,
like
if
this.
if you see John get off camera during this part, I need you to uh let us know because
I'm on the camera. I
okay.
see the camera is
Okay,
right there.
just checking.
And we have a new webcam too that has 2 cameras
Just check it.
to make sure it gets us both.
All right. So we are going to show you knee to knee, something that we learned and we use often. Knee to knee is just simply that. It's sitting knee to knee. It is facing each other. It is looking into each other's eyes, which can be awkward in the middle of a fight. Let me tell you what.
But that is the key is this, making eye contact and looking at each other. And the second part that's most important is literally this. Literally looking at each other
and holding hands. So you could be standing, you could be sitting, I think you could even be in the car, but both of you just turn and face each other. I think it's important to face each other. Well, not while you're driving.
Not while you're driving. At a red light. Real quick. Stop. Yeah. Unless you have a Tesla that's self-driving and you want to do that.
Yeah.
That's on you.
But you can turn to each other. And if John says, so let's start with this one. So you go back to your, sorry, we're doing a script today because we have so much information we want to give you guys if we didn't want to miss anything. I can move mine over to yours. It's easy.
Oh, it's
just this one. Yeah. Okay. It's just this. Yep. So if John comes home from a shift and he says this, I'm going to let John show you what the healthy side is because he's good at that. And I'm going to be the emotional spouse. And then maybe next we'll do one where you're going to be the wrong. I'll be the bad. We're going to play good cop, bad cop. You be the good cop.
Okay.
I'll let you be the good cop first. I'm so generous.
Okay. So, hey, I had a rough shift today. I'm not ready to unpack it yet, but I didn't want to shut you out. So I just need a few minutes.
So you gave all of your attention and everything that you needed to everyone else at work, and I just don't matter.
It's not what I said. What I said was I just had a rough shift. I'm not ready to unpack it yet. I just need a few minutes. And in a few minutes, we'll come back and we'll talk.
So what I hear you saying is the guys at work and the people that you're on shift with are more important. Are you unpacking it with them and you just don't even care to unpack it with me?
I haven't unpacked it with anybody. I'm going to talk to you about it. I just need a few minutes to unpack it.
So it's been a rough day and you just need a few minutes and you promised me that we'll come back and talk about it in a little while.
Yes. Just give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Boom.
See? So from my side, and I'm speaking from experience, I can go down the spiral of assuming that because he's not ready to unpack it, notice he didn't say, I'm not ready to unpack it with you. He just simply said, I'm not ready to unpack it yet, period. And I took it as a personal insult that he was not willing to unpack it with me. So he must be unpacking it with other people. So when we listen to each other's words, when we're looking into each other's eyes, we can see where the person is just genuinely, it kind of lets you that, okay, right. All right. So let me pick something that you can attack.
Do your pancake one. I always love when we do that one.
That makes me sound like a crazy person.
No, it doesn't. Because this is a conversation
Okay.
that everyone listening.
I just say I want pancakes.
Yes.
And you're going to tell me all the ways I want pancakes. Okay.
Yes.
I can't believe you're making me do this one again. Okay. This meant to.
People have paid thousands of dollars to come to this marriage conference to get what you're getting right now.
And disclaimer.
So hit that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen.
Or if you'd like us to come talk to you guys about marriage, I mean, clearly we're experts. Pancakes was supposed to be a joke, and now it just becomes a thing where everybody just says, you guys going to do the pancake thing? All right. I really want some pancakes.
So what I hear you saying is you want to go to IHOP and you want to get some blueberry pancakes.
No, I just want pancakes.
So you want to go to the Granberry Pancake House and you want to get chocolate chip pancakes with extra whipped cream.
I just want pancakes.
Well, what kind of pancakes do you want?
I don't know. I just want pancakes.
Where do you want to get pancakes at?
I don't know. You decide.
Ooh, throwing it that way, huh? Well, I want to go to the Granberry Pancake House.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you for making the decision. So something as crazy as just pancakes. Like sometimes I think we can, sometimes we're just so hungry that we just don't even care where it's coming from. But if we don't have communication that clearly says, John, what I could have said is, John, I'm starving and I'm craving pancakes, and could you maybe decide a place for us to go get some? Rather than just saying, I want pancakes.
Right.
I think I ended up being bad cop in both of those and let you be good cop in both of those. No. Yes, I think
communication is not only an expression, it is a translation. Each spouse has to learn how to offer how the other sends and receives emotional information. Some people need time before they can talk.
Oh, I don't know about those kind.
Some need direct questions.
Mm-hmm.
Some need open-ended questions.
Yes, some need a little bit. Some people say, I heard your words, but I think there's something deeper underneath. Help me understand. Or, I'm sorry, I was defensive. Let me try again.
And some just need gentleness and space.
Mm-hmm.
The goal
What did you just say?
Yeah,
some just need what? Can you say that one more time for those in the back?
Some need gentleness and space.
What?
The goal is not to make your spouse communicate exactly like you, because we're all different. The goal is to learn each other well enough to connect effectively. Mm-hmm. All right. So practical communication tools for first responder couples. Let's make this practical. Here are some tools that can help couples right away. Don't argue. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We've already talked about knee to knee. And I think we've mentioned in a couple of our other episodes that decompression before you come inside is the best. What I will say that we haven't covered, I know we are very on the job focused, but what if, and this is not in the script, but what if
how do you know it's not in the script?
You are coming home from an okay day, like everything was okay, like there wasn't too many stressful calls, you got to go to dinner with the guys, like it wasn't a heavy stress day, but you come home and the temperature of the house is at 1,000%. Where does the person who stays at home, how can we give, or can we give our listeners practical tools to help the person stays at home decompress? Switch the roles simply, because
just reverse the roles.
Because both roles, are different, but as we've said since the beginning of this episode, both roles, although different, are equally important. So I think it's just as important for a spouse at home to say, thank goodness you're here. I could really use 10 minutes and step out into the garage or go in the backyard, just hide in the bathroom like I do. Just take 10 minutes, maybe take a bath, but I think it goes back to that communication. You can't just, he or she can't just walk into the door and you throw the door open and say, I'm going into the garage for 10 minutes.
Right.
It needs to be the healthy communication of today is the day that I need you to be that for me. And I'm going to take a few minutes.
Right. One thing with that, the transition helps when you arrive home emotionally, not just physically. Daily 10-minute check-in. And it doesn't have to be when you first walk in, but 10 intentional minutes can change the emotional climate of a marriage, a
Read
relationship.
what that next one says. Don't you skip it.
Oh, I wasn't going to. This one is going to be hard
this
for
one's
people.
Gonna be hard.
This is going to break some things.
We're about to break.
No phones. No TikTok.
No multitasking. Meaning when you're
one.
having the 10 minutes, I get on John a lot about being on his phone when we're having a conversation, but I'm the world's craziest multitasker. And I think that I'm paying attention while I'm doing the dishes and starting dinner and listening and trying to connect with him. And it's not. So when we say no multitasking, that means for either of you.
Yeah. And just connect. So here are some questions you can ask.
And you don't have to ask all of them.
No,
but maybe
just
you can pick one or two.
Yeah. Hey, what was heavy today? What was good about today? What was good today sometimes can ruffle some feathers, but it's not a personal attack. It's literally hey, I don't know what happened today. I'm just checking in with you to make sure you're okay.
And I think it can change the climate because I used to do this with our kids in the back seat of the car. They would get in from school and it was easy for everybody in the back seat to be talking about something negative. But as soon as I said the words, tell me something good. As soon as one person told something good, it spiraled and everybody started talking about something good. So I think when you can talk about the heavy, but if you try and bring up something good that happened, it could change the climate.
So this one is going to get a lot of laughs. I have to say, hey, what do you need from me tonight? I'm not even going to say it because I got in trouble last week for saying it, but BJs are always good. So
I knew you were bad.
Do you feel connected to me today?
Not when you're talking about that on airwaves.
It's not airwaves. It's still recording.
Whatever it is.
And then it'll be loaded up.
The last question would be, what are you carrying right now? I think later on in the week, I will post these questions along with this video so that you can, because we think that the 10 minutes, we joke and laugh back and forth, but I think the 10 minutes of additional time when someone comes home, even if you have to do knee to knee while you're asking each other these questions. I think John joked about it a little bit, but I think, what do you need from me tonight? I read something just the other day that says that a healthy thing you can do in your marriage is you can come home and say, you know what? I give in 75% of all I have today at work. I need you to pick up the 25. And so I know that I need to be the laughing part of John that he needs from me. So I think just telling them I've had a rough day and maybe I shouldn't be drinking water while my wife is talking, even though I love this water.
This water is the bomb.
You're changing the subject.
I'm not changing the subject. I'm literally going along with what you're saying. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But to get those questions, you're going to have to follow us on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes, I agree. Or TikTok. We're really trying to get more followers on TikTok and Instagram.
I will not be on TikTok. That is a Sarah thing. But, okay, so tool number 3, using feeling words.
Ooh, feeling words. Yes. You probably just talked to the...
I'll be 100% honest. I pulled these out of my counseling book to make sure that I was good.
So you can't use the words. Feeling words are not just fine, mad, or tired. Try the words overwhelmed, discouraged, numb, anxious, frustrated, lonely, ashamed, or disappointed.
Yep.
The better name you give it, the less likely it is to rule you.
Number 4, Give context, not just behavior.
Instead of just shutting down, say, I'm quiet because I'm overloaded, not because I'm angry at you.
And one very important thing, everybody has calendars these days.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule some time. Like we have
Standing date night.
We have a standing date night. Wednesday nights are our night that we record, obviously. And then sometimes I have a client that comes in, but we have a standing date night of, okay, hey, I get done this time, pick me up,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll go get an ice cream or pick up dinner
Because
for
I
Ty.
think sometimes people think that when you're penciling in something on your calendar with your spouse, they think that it needs to be this big production, which big productions are amazing. In a later episode, when we have more time, I'll tell you about this amazing time that John left me clues, and it was a beautiful production of a date, and it was amazing. I am not downplaying those at all. Amazing. I am not downplaying those at all, but I'm saying when you are busy and in the thick of it,
Yep.
you can pencil in 15 minutes together to go grab an ice cream. Trust me. Or go
on
sit
Christmas,
outside. We've sat outside and smoked a cigar together before for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Or, if your kids are doing sports, sit out there together.
Mm-hmm.
While they're on the field, sit there and talk.
Yeah.
And if you have more than one kid, play with the kids while you're doing it, but have a conversation while you're doing that. Number 7, I think, is one of the most important ones. Learn your trigger patterns. Triggers are huge. Figure out what your triggers are, because the last thing either one of you want to do is push the trigger and cause that. So expanding with examples, shift change tension. If you have to put in for your shifts and you're like, well, there's no day shifts, so I got to stay on night shifts, explain why.
Don't just say
Post night shift, your abilities.
I need some sleep.
Yep.
Payday, budget stress. Ugh.
Hey, money sucks.
Nothing is more of a marriage killer than the subject of money.
Yeah. Money sucks.
Money sucks.
That is a horrible conversation to have, but it's an important conversation to stay calm and to work on your communication for.
Discipline disagreements. I think that can be hard.
That's a tough one.
That can be especially hard for blended families. I think when one parent is used to parenting a certain way for a long time. I know for us, discipline disagreements happened when John had been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
I had been running both roles for a long time, and then when he came home and wanted to pick that back up, I got really defensive. So I think that can definitely be a disagreement.
Here's one. We kind of mentioned it earlier. Alcohol use after a hard shift. I know people are like, just be cautious. That's the one I'm gonna say about that.
There is a difference between resting with, like, if we're having a stressful day, if John's had a stressful shift, and we're having a stressful day, there is a completely different thing between sitting down and he will have a glass of something and I will have a glass of wine than getting ourselves completely obliterated to the point where we can't talk back and forth.
Right. Anniversary dates of traumatic calls or events. You'll hear about it more as we go on, but I have 2. Well, there's actually 3. The day my mom died, and then the day my team lost a teammate, Tyler, which was June 9th. So we celebrate that. But then a few years later, actually 4 years now, my little brother was killed in the line of duty in Las Vegas, and that's June 10th. So literally we have back-to-back days where.
But I think that goes back to putting it on the calendar. If you put the things that are going to be your triggers, and you know that it's going to be a sensitive time. I've had friends ask, hey, can you guys go do this, that, and the other thing when it's time in June? And my answer is automatically no, because I see it. Not that I don't remember, but that it's important to me. I have to finish this up pretty soon.
Feeling criticized after a hard work day. That's a big one. Communication during conflict. Conflict is not the enemy. Unhealthy conflict is the enemy, though. Every marriage, every relationship has conflict. The issue is whether your conflict produces clarity or destruction.
Okay.
Deep conflict principles. Stay on one issue. Don't bring up issues from a month ago or 2 months ago or 6 months ago or 5 years ago. That's irrelevant to what the current thing is. Don't weaponize vulnerabilities. Don't use always and never. All that's going to do is bring up trouble. Don't bring in old unresolved pain unless it truly connects to what that conflict is about. Don't go below the belt. Pretty self-explanatory. Slow the pace. Take them, in negotiations, we slow it down. 1, to give us more time. 2, to give the tactical side more time to get their stuff in place and do what they have to do. But we slow it down to a pace where we're making the person think about what they're doing. A lot of first responders bring command presence into a marriage. I think for me, when that really hit home is when I knife edged you one day. I literally went and you looked at me and said, I'm not one of your Joes. Knock that shit off.
I was pretty mad.
Yeah.
I was pretty mad
It
because
sticks
command
to you.
command presence works in the field, but it does not build emotional intimacy. Your spouse is not your subordinate. Your home is not your scene. Your marriage is not managed through control. And that's big because some people don't realize how harsh or dominant they sound after years in a high command environment. And on the other side, some spouses come in already flooded from carrying too much alone, so conflict becomes loaded instantly. That's why tone matters, timing matters, self-awareness matters. So
simple conflict language. I want to talk about this, but not in a way that tears us apart. Help me understand what you heard me say.
that was
So
a
that
good
goes
knee to
back.
knee.
Yeah, that goes back to knee to knee and all that stuff.
Or I know we're both heated, but let's reset and come back in 20 minutes. We've talked about that. And this matters to me because I miss you, not because I want to attack you. I think when you know the person's intentions, when you know that the conversation is about because they miss you, I think if it's I want to have a conversation with you because I miss us and I miss the way we were and I miss all of the things, then that changes it from I want to attack you.
So this part of the episode is where we say, yes, sex matters in marriage, and yes, communication matters there too. So you have to have communication to develop intimacy.
Yes, I think sex communication in marriage is a whole nother episode. I don't know if we have enough time to go through.
Yeah,
that could be a whole hour, John,
but
of talking about sex and intimacy.
One thing in regards to the communication that I wanted to make sure we got out is sex and marriage and relationship is deeply tied to communication. If your emotional connection is strained, your physical connection often follows.
That's true.
Main discussion points: exhaustion affects desire, trauma affects touch and vulnerability, resentment kills intimacy, feeling emotionally ignored affects sexual openness. Some first responders use sex for stress relief, while the spouse needs emotional connection first. Mismatched desire is common and must be discussed with kindness. Pressure shuts down intimacy down. Pressure shuts intimacy down.
Yes.
That sounds better that way. Honesty, shame-free connection builds trust, and that's the key. So getting that
because
stuff
I
out.
think that if you learn to communicate outside of the bedroom, the more you're going to want to communicate inside the bedroom. I know if there hasn't been any communication, and this is just a tip for all you guys.
Why gotta be just us?
Because I think sometimes men have women connect for emotion and men connect for desire.
Asking the question, what helps you feel close to me?
There you go.
What makes it hard for you to be present.
There you go.
Ooh, when do you feel most emotionally connected? What do you need more of? Affection, reassurance, rest, emotional safety, or just plain time together?
Mm.
Ooh, I stole all your words.
When couples can talk safely about intimacy, they stop making everything mean rejection, and that changes a lot. Because sometimes the issue is not desire, sometimes the issue is fatigue, stress, unprocessed hurt, or just emotional disconnection. And married couples need freedom to talk about that without shame.
Yep,
I think we could spend an entire episode
on just that stuff.
just talking about going from being busy in life and doing all of the things
Mhm.
to it's like you're out and about and you're doing all of things and you're in the field, you're getting all the important work done. I'm at home doing all things with the kids, and then all of a sudden we're both supposed to shut all of this off and emotionally connect in the bedroom.
And it doesn't work that
It
way.
doesn't work that way. I
It
think
doesn't work
that
that
could
way
be
at
a
all.
if you are interested in that as a future episode, let us
Let
know.
us know.
That will be an awkward conversation, but we could do it.
Yeah.
We could do it.
But, communication, like we said from the beginning, is key. You have to communicate. If you come home from work and you're shut off and you don't talk, but when you go to bed, you expect something, it's probably not going to happen. I
Mhm.
hate to break it to you. It's probably not going to happen. Um, some positive things getting ready to happen.
Mhm.
We got donkey therapy in.
Maybe you can learn to talk to the donkeys and then talk to each other. I don't know.
I
I've never done it. I'm very excited about this.
I am too.
I've
It's
seen
gonna
how
be.
adorable they are, and I mean, I can't wait.
It is. So this Sunday
Mhm.
from 2 to 4 at Texas Rescue will be donkey therapy.
And what do we want? There was something that we wanted to a disclaimer we wanted to do
There
about
was a
donkey
couple.
therapy.
There's a couple.
So
Hey,
let's
we
make
don't
sure we
want
address
the
those.
first one is we don't want anything from you.
No.
We just want you to show up.
Yes.
The second part to that is we're not taking any pictures or anything like that while we're out there.
You can take pictures with your family. If you
Yes.
bring your family and your
But-
kids and there's an adorable donkey, just know that on our side, this is not for advertisement issues.
Yeah. We're
Or
not
advertisement issues, advertisement purposes.
Yeah, Jump Master Life Coaches is not going to take pictures.
No,
We are not taking pictures for after the call.
no.
We literally just want to go out there and give you a place where you can get some therapy
Mhm.
at no charge. Literally, you're going out just to hug on the donkeys.
Yeah, just to show up. Just know that we don't want anything from you in this. We are not using it for advertising purposes. You can come out with your family. You can bring your kids. You don't have to worry about people talking about you, seeing you. If there is a specific need and you do not want to be in any photos, because I'm sure the donkey therapy people may want some, just know this is a safe space.
Yeah, let us know. Tracy and his wife who run Texas Rescue, just say, hey, no pictures. Hey, we also know that we have people that work in undercover fields
Mhm.
and stuff, and they can't have their pictures taken. Hey, just let us know so we can make sure that you're not even close to being, if somebody's taking a picture or anything like that. And we'll keep an eye for that too.
Yes, we will.
Most important of that is bring your families.
Mm-hmm.
We want wives, we want kids, we want husbands, we want everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them out. It's gonna be a good time, and it's from 2 to 4 out there. We also on jumpmasterlifecoaches.org we have merchandise.
After the call merch.
We have candles.
We do have candles.
We have throw pillows
Mm-hmm.
that I designed myself, which I'm quite proud of, by the way.
We have t-shirts,
We have
sweatshirts.
t-shirts, sweatshirts. There is also law enforcement merch. Fire merch is not out yet. It will be. Give me a week or so to get that done. By the time next episode comes out, we will have some fire merch on there. And there's always Jump Master Life Coaches stuff. There's cups. There's all kinds of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
On there. But we wanted to say, hey, thanks for listening. Please like, share, follow, Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook. That way you could be up to date on all the stuff.
And if you have a first responder or a veteran that you know of who's struggling, please, it is our heart's desire to reach out to them and let them know that they are not alone. Refer to them to this podcast or to jumpmasterlifecoaches.org, and there's a contact form that we can give them.
Or you can call 817-725-9917. It rings directly to me, to my office. Again, that's 817-725-9917. That's how much I used that number. I had to look at it on the board to make sure I got it. But we do have some episodes coming up. Next week, we're going to talk about burnout. I'm actually looking forward to this subject.
Because I think that's a good one, because communication and burnout can then lead to problems with intimacy in the bedroom. And then maybe we could talk about that after.
Yeah. So, don't shy away. If you have questions, concerns, you want some ideas, hey, hit us up. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, anything. You can email us at website at jumpmasterlifecoaches.org. We will get back to you. Give us 24 hours to get back to you. But we will get back to you.
We will.
But yeah, today was fun. Once we got going and all that stuff.
We figured out our words. Goodness gracious. Listen to the two people about communication that can't find their words to put them out there. Not professionals, people. That's the disclaimer. Well, John is, but not a professional regular word talker. I mean, you're good. I don't know. I don't know.
To talk. But hey, just so you guys know, we'll try to keep our podcast at exactly an hour to hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, just be prepared. I know some of the guys on shift have asked, hey, can you go a little longer? So I can listen to it, but we'll try to keep it at that time frame.
We don't want to bore anyone.
We don't want to bore anybody, but we want to say thank you guys so much for listening to us. And remember, like, subscribe, all that. Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, our website,
YouTube.
If you want to see our smiling faces, YouTube. I think YouTube is the only place you can see our smiling faces.
I know.
But yeah. So hey, please stay tuned. We'll be out next week again. Another episode on Thursday. We love you guys, and be safe, and stay frosty. How to say stay frosty? It's 90 degrees outside.
Just stop.
It's 90 degrees outside. Yes, it is hot in Texas right now. So all of you people that have snow, we feel for you.
We're very jealous. I'm jealous of the snow.
If it would stay like 85, it would be good.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.